We're joined by head coach Bill O'Brien leading up to the Kent State game. Coach, the UCF game in the rearview mirror, but take us through the film, what you saw on the offensive side of the ball first.
Well, I think we did some decent things on offense. We didn't start the game very well. We had a good first drive, but then too many 3-and-outs, and we have to do a better job there, especially in a game like that where we had to score. And so we came out in the second half and did a much better job. Again, turned the ball over there at the end, but overall it was a decent performance. We just need to build on it this week.
Christian, 3 weeks into the season of his college career, 72% of his passes he's completed. What have you seen in terms of his progress?
I believe he's grown every week, and hopefully that continues. He comes to work every day in practice. He studies a lot of film. He and I talk a lot and meet and try to get things straight before Saturdays roll around, and so far he's done a pretty decent job. I think if he can eliminate 5 to 6 mistakes per game, I think he'll be on a really good level for a freshman.
Allen Robinson is off to a red-hot start, but one of the big things that you see on the stat sheet is how many guys have been involved in the passing game. Why is that important to keep so many guys for Christian?
Well, I think it's important that you spread the ball around for a lot of different reasons. I think it gives defenses problems. I think it helps the morale of your team. I don't think it's good when only one guy's getting the ball or getting the carries or whatever it may be. So, we have a lot of guys contributing in the passing game and in the running game, and that's good. I think Allen's off to a great start. He's a heck of a player. He's a better player than he was last year. He's a smarter player. He's stronger. He's faster, and hopefully he'll continue to play at that level.
What's your evaluation of the defense?
Well, we looked at it closely. We studied it. We worked on it. Look, at the end of the day, we have to play better defense. Everybody understands that. The players understand it. The coaches do. We missed some tackles, but there are also some good plays on there too. And so I think if we can eliminate some of these missed tackles, the alignment mistakes, the coverage mistakes, I think we'll be a much better defense as the season wears on here.
When you look ahead to Kent State, what's the biggest thing that stands out about their defense?
Well, there's a few things. Number one, they have a fantastic defensive tackle. He is a number 5. He's a great player. He's explosive, comes off the ball. He's hard to handle, so we're going to have to do a great job there. They have a difficult scheme. They line up in a lot of different fronts. They have all kinds of different pressures. They'll bring the corner, bring the safety, bring linebacker pressure. So, again, it's a difficult challenge for us. I'm glad it's at home. Hopefully we get another great crowd because we really appreciate those crowds, but it'll be a big challenge for us on Saturday.
What about the Kent State offense? Well,
again, they have a great running back. I know he's been injured this year, so we'll have to see if he plays, but he's a fantastic player. He's a Heisman candidate, Ty Archer, and then they also they have good receivers, a good quarterback, and it's a challenge. They do a lot of different things. It's a multiple offense, line up in the shotgun, run the read option. They line up under center and do some things there. So again, we better have our stuff together on Saturday for them.
How did the team bounce back on the practice field?
As usual, it's a typical Penn State team. These guys came back, and we had a heck of a practice yesterday. I would say that our staff said that it was our best Monday practice since we've been here. So hopefully that bodes well for the future and for this week. And you can't say enough about these kids. They pick themselves up, and they're ready to go on Monday, and that's a great thing.
You touched on the crowd, but what type of home field advantage was that on Saturday night and then hope moving forward as well?
Right. I think it's a fantastic crowd. I mean, I don't think there can be any better atmosphere in college football. I believe when we run out of that tunnel and that student section and that whole crowd cheers for us and they keep it up the way they did the other night, the whole game is just fantastic for our coaches and especially for our players. And look, in the end we didn't give them what they deserve, which was a win, and we're going to try to do better this week. But boy, I'm telling you, that crowd makes a big difference, and we really appreciate it.
It's the final game before a bye week, and it's also the final non-conference game. Keys to the game this week?
Well, I think special teams-wise, we have to kick the ball a little bit better on kickoff and especially punt. If we have to punt, we have to punt the ball a little bit better. And then in our coverage teams, kickoff coverage and punt, we have to stay in our lanes and really go down there and not miss tackles. We have to go down there and wrap the ball carrier up and bring them down. I think that when you look at the defensive side of the ball, we have to align correctly. We've got to tackle better, and we have to be more disciplined in coverage. I think if we do that, we'll be in good shape. And then offensively, obviously, we always are going to have to run the ball, use our play action game, and stay out of stupid penalties and don't turn the ball over. I think if we do that, it'll be a good day for us on Saturday.
You touched on the play action game. What has made Christian Christian so successful in the play action game so far for a young guy?
Yeah, for a young guy, he's a great ball faker, and it's unusual to see that with an 18-year-old kid. Usually you have to spend a lot of time with those guys. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to really get them to where you want them. And right now, there's times when he can do better, but right now he does a great job of faking the football, of hiding the football from the defense, and hopefully that continues because that's a big part of our game.
Coach, good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Tony.